Good Thursday morning. It is a mobile Monica version. We are in one of my favorite places, and that is in just about a half hour to sit poolside. Nothing better than that. In fact, the weekend is calling for all of you to open your pools. Welcome into the show. I'm your host, Monica Adams. It is the Real Monica Adams Show, and I look forward to talking to all of you, answering any questions. I'm going to sit down and talk with Madonna Livingston. She is the owner of Just Pools, and we're going to go back decades to the idea to open up Just Pools, how it first started, and the family connection to this. We're also going to sit poolside and we're going to talk about how you can finally get your dream. Have you been thinking about it for a while? I grew up and I have to thank my mom and dad blessing me with a pool. We had an above ground when we were really, really young, and then they had the dream, like a lot of you, to build an in ground pool. They did that, so I knew that when I bought my house and every house thereafter, I wanted to make sure I had a pool. I'm going to tell you, when I talk about that triangle of life theory and calming your mind and your soul, there's nothing like sitting by a pool and listening to the water and just immersing yourself in the beauty of nature and then seeing the water together. It calms the mind. So we're going to talk about so many things today. We'll also talk about overcoming fears. We'll talk about entrepreneurial spirit. We'll talk about family connection, all those things coming up for you on today's show. So welcome in. I see those of you saying good morning. Good morning to all of you. Julie, Sean, Michelle, of course, is helping out here this morning. Marilyn, good morning as well. Wherever you're watching from, let us know what platform you're on. I'd love to know that as well. Okay, weather-wise, was a little worried we weren't going to be able to sit by the pool. I thought maybe there would be rain coming in. However, it has held off. There is some to the south. It's actually out of the metropolitan St. Louis area. Now, you could see a little pop here and there, but more so be weather aware this afternoon. From about that 2 o'clock to 8 o'clock time frame, you could have some weather. It's, again, pushed more, though, to the south, and it could have some hail, could have some heavier winds, but I think St. Louis might miss that. So that's the good news. As we get into the weekend, we're talking about highs in the mid 80s, even upper 80s by the time we get to Sunday, and sunshine. You can't beat that. Into next week, we start to see maybe the rain come in again, but that's what happens when you see those temperatures so high in May. Rain follows that. So that's your weather. We're going to check in with our aspiring meteorologist, Beckett Moore, tomorrow as he takes us into the weekend. We'll see if any of it has changed at all. Okay, in the news, there's not a lot that I wanted to tell you about. There was a house fire that popped up in the 5 o'clock hour on Nebraska. There was a lot of horrible crime and shootings, and those are the things that I told you. If I was in news, I would be telling you about it, and I think I would be dampening your spirit. Instead, when we walked away and started the show of positivity, I thought, you don't need to know about all that, right? I mean, why would you want to? Instead, let's talk about John Legend coming to the Muni. For the first time in decades, the Muni is going to have a concert in their lineup. John Legend will actually be performing alongside, how cool is this, the St. Louis Symphony Orchestra. He'll be doing his greatest hits like Ordinary People, and nobody can sing that better. Tonight, all of me, I know a lot of you probably have chosen as a wedding first dance. I can guarantee that. Emmy, Grammy, Oscar, and Tony winning singer, and of course, a coach on NBC's The Voice, John Legend, teaming up with the orchestra. And that'll actually be at 8 o'clock in the evening on Saturday, September 7th. How cool is that? I saw, by the way, Whitney Houston at the Muni forever ago when I was in high school. They don't do a lot of concerts, but that's the big deal. That's what everybody's talking about today, is the concert aspect of the announcement of what's coming to the Muni. So, of course, some great Muni shows as well, but are you a John Legend fan? Well, you'll get a chance to see him at the fabulous, wonderful Muni, and hopefully it won't be too hot that day. Even if it is, though, they've got those new fans. Sports wise, unfortunately, it wasn't a good night all around. The Cardinals lost their final game to the Angels, so they come from out west. They'll be back home this weekend. And then, unfortunately, the St. Louis City SC, they lost. They actually had scored on a corner kick, but there was a handball. They called that back. There was also a miss by Klaus on a penalty kick, unfortunately. So it just wasn't St. Louis City SC's night, but that's okay. They'll be on the road this weekend. That's it. That's all I think you need to know moving forward as you head into your day. Let's just keep the positivity going. Just Pools and Arnold, that's where we are. We're on the West Outer Road. You see all this behind me? You could actually win an above ground pool. How in the world can you do that? We've got all the exciting news for you with regards to winning that and actually being able to give back to two different charities. All of that coming up as we sit down and enjoy our talk with Madonna Livingston, the owner of Just Pools. We'll talk about the decades that they've been here and lasting and being able to get a pool in your backyard. Some exciting things to come.
She's a special woman and done so much for St. Louis.
Watching her work is one of the most incredible things you can see.
She just sees value in everyone.
Sometimes people just need you to sit with them and hear them. I feel heard.
Time flew by, and it was like sitting and talking to a friend.
Not only creating a better place here in St. Louis, but to inspire others. It's always great to have examples like you.
You have such a light and such a presence, and I could feel it this morning.
We knew right away when you started this, we wanted to be on your show. Thanks for having us.
I look forward to seeing how you rock and roll and shake it up.
Ooh, shake it up. I love it. That's what we're doing. Okay, look, we wore our uniforms today. I love this. All right, I've been telling you we were going to sit down with Madonna, the owner of Just Pools, and we both laughed. This is what happens, by the way, Madonna, when you work in television so long, you start to dress alike. So you and I, from the get-go, straight out of the gates, we're forming our partnership, and we did not plan this at all. Michelle walked in this morning. She goes, I'm going to crack up. You two are wearing the exact same thing. I told her when we came here a couple weeks ago that she looked beautiful in pink. I forgot that I told you to wear pink, but I didn't know you were going to put white over the top of it. How fun. Well, thank you, by the way, for having us out here today.
You're welcome.
Greatly appreciate it. We're going to go back and forth talking about the history of Just Pools. And a lot of you, if you have had a pool put in, share the love. Tell us what you love about yours. We're going to actually go out to the pool that they have coming up in about a half hour. And I swear your son did this on purpose. I can guarantee you. He set up the fire and the water and made all the fountains go just so that I would say, honey, can we upgrade? Right?
That's right.
Did you tell him to do that? No, she actually didn't know he turned on the fire. So let's go back in years. You have been the owner of Just Pools for how many years? Your mom and dad actually started this, right?
Yes, they started it in 1982.
1982. Wow.
Yes, and then they retired. I'm wanting to say around 88. My brother Roy and I took over. Mm-hmm. And then he just retired last year.
And now you're just continuing to go full force.
Continuing.
We're looking at your family. We're looking back at older pictures as well. And is this all across the board of family atmosphere of people saying, oh, I got to know this son and daughter-in-law, and everybody's there together and everybody's got smiles on their faces?
Oh, yes. Yeah. Yes.
So is there anything in your mind that thought as you were growing up, well, I don't know, mom and dad have the business, but I don't know if I'm going to take it over?
No.
Nope. It was always, I want to do this.
I've always liked the pool business.
Well, and you saw it's a lot of hard work, obviously. And thank you, by the way. So she had all of the guys come this morning and got out. They're out early doing all their amazing work, taking care of everybody's pools. But again, family across the board. Are these all your grandkids?
Those are all my grandchildren.
How many do you have there?
There are 6.
Well, congratulations. That's a lot of blessings. Do they come up here and help out, or they just play with the pool noodles?
I have 3 of them working for me now.
What?
Yes.
Really? What do you have them doing?
They are working at the counter and testing water and greeting customers.
What are their ages?
2 of them are 16 and one is cool. 15.
Oh, see, and they get to say, Grandma, I'm working with Grandma and learning. You just said something that I think we all need to learn more about, and that is the true art of the chemistry of water. You, yes. By the way, Madonna is the one that saved our algae-filled green-looking pool just last week. So it's funny because I have a friend that comes in from California, and he looks and he's like, the pool's green. I'm like, it starts that way, unfortunately. I'm like, I don't want it to be, but she's actually told us that if we leave it open longer and open earlier, yes, that we'll maybe be able to have it not be a pond looking.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So what is the problem that's going on right now?
Well, a lot of people have mesh safety covers, which allow the water and the sunlight to go through. Sunlight's what lets the algae grow.
Gotcha.
So the longer you have it closed, the more that algae is growing.
Yes. So that is absolutely what happened. Well, the thing is, though, most people don't open their pools until Memorial weekend, and then they close Labor Day weekend.
Right.
And that short time period, then the amount of time that it's closed with the mesh is what's creating the problem.
Yes.
Is there anything that can be done if people don't want to open earlier throughout the winter? Some people have said different things like, oh, you could have something inside that's trying to release chemicals. But I'm like, isn't it just sitting there?
No, you can take a floater with some chlorine tablets and float it underneath your cover. And that will help put chlorine in there and help cut down on that algae.
Yeah, so it's a pain, and it's a true science. As I said, we were running up pool samples like every day. Okay, and she's like, "Is it clear?" No, it's green. Then it was cloudy, and then you were so cute. You were like, "All right, gosh, your levels are this. Unfortunately, we're going to have to put this in, and it's going to look worse before it gets better."
Yes.
But then all of a sudden it's crystal clear. So if you have a pool and you have any questions for Madonna, these are the true experts. If something's going wrong with your water, let us know. We're going to show, and I want to thank Tommy, by the way, for sending all these pictures in. We are live again from Just Pools. You want to give them your exact address so they know where to find you?
Yes, we're at 3987 West Outer Road in Arnold, Missouri.
And you have been here a long, long time. You guys took it over, but this isn't the original building. You were what, next door? Or didn't you say it started at your parents' house?
They started in their home, yes.
What were they doing out of the house?
They were selling above ground pools.
Really?
Yep.
What vision? You know, that's the thing. And I hope you always hear that in the story of our show is whatever your belief is, or you look around you and you get inspired by something. How did they decide to go into the pool business?
Actually, my mom had worked for a car dealership, and she was in a very bad car accident.
Oh, wow.
And she decided to put in an above ground pool, and she had a very bad experience with putting it in.
And she said, I can do it better.
She said, I can do it better.
Way to go, Mama.
The way she was.
Very cool. And you watched that. So was your mom and dad role models for you?
Yes, they were.
Yeah.
Yes.
And then now you the same with your kids and grandkids?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, I love this. If you're just tuning in, we're talking with Madonna, the owner of Just Pools on the West Outer Road in Arnold. And I'm showing you another view inside their store because there are, of course, everything that you need with regards to chemicals and the pool toys. And I'll show you some of those in a second. But did you know that they have hot tubs? And there's no better combination, trust me on this, than having a pool and a hot tub together. Jumping in and out of the two of them is fun.
Yes,
you're like, oh, this is nice and warm. And then you jump in the pool. Oh, this is cold. Get back into the hot tub. So you have huge memorial sales coming up.
Yes,
we
do.
Like things that people haven't seen in a long time, right?
Yes.
You want to run through some of the things you have?
Yeah, for 2 days, Saturday and Sunday, Memorial Weekend, we are going to have Prowler robotic pool cleaners for in-ground pools. They're normally $1,250. They are going to be $9.99. Plus, Panair has a $100 mail-in rebate.
Oh, savings everywhere.
Yeah, we have above ground robotic pool cleaners for $3.99. Those are normally $500.
Yes.
So we have free walk-in steps with above grounds, and we have 5,000 off added features for in-ground pools for a fall installation.
Yes, and so we're going to show some befores and afters. If you have never had a pool put into your home, we're going to show some of the beautiful work that you can do. Talk about the evolution of the way pools were when your mom and dad started this, and then you took it over, and just all the different features. Because everybody wants features now, right?
Yes,
isn't that true?
Yes. Back in 82, 83, when they got started, the most popular in-ground back then, believe it or not, was a 24-round in-ground.
24-round in-ground?
Yes, it was called a garden pool, and those were $49.95 installed.
Yeah, but that was, back then, we look at the cost of living back then and what people were making. And, I remember my mom telling me that they bought their house and floors for $18,000. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
But again, it's a different time period.
Right. And now there's so much more that you can do with these pools. Back then, it was just, there was no customizing it.
Right.
It was the shape or size that it was. Now we have so much that we can do with customizing, with liner over steps, sun ledges, benches.
Sun ledges, I think, have been very popular for a while now, but I love the liner over the steps. And again, one of the things that Tommy was telling us here at Just Pools was the ability to do changing things around from whatever you have. And people don't realize that they can make that over.
With a vinyl liner in-ground, you can do that.
Yeah.
We can tear out part of the pool and rebuild that end of the pool. And we have done that for a couple customers.
Not extremely costly, or what are they looking at?
It's still costly.
It is still?
Yes.
But again, so didn't you see a big rise and a surge during the pandemic because so many people were forced to be at home? But I think it was a positive because it put you around your family.
Yes, we were 2 years out on in-ground pools at that time.
But now you've caught up.
We have caught up.
So if someone comes Memorial Weekend and takes advantage of these incredible sales, they could actually have a pool put in how early?
They're probably looking start time September, October.
That's a heck of a lot better than 2 years
Yes.
behind, right?
Yes.
So I know a lot of you had looked into this. I remember when I was at Channel 5, people were talking about, all right, I'm finally going to do it. I'm going to pull the trigger. I'm going to get a pool because we're home more, right? Instead of spending all the money on vacations, people are vacationing at home.
Right.
Like, that's their oasis.
Yes.
Yeah, that's the resort look.
That's the resort look.
Do you also have anybody, or do you collaborate with someone to do, like, you know, everybody wants everything done around the pool. They want to put in these bars and these rock things and everything else. Do you
Yes.
do some of that, or do you team up with someone?
We do the rock waterfalls. We have a concrete man who is phenomenal, and he does retaining walls if they're needing a retaining wall. And then we do outdoor maintenance up the street, does phenomenal job on fencing.
Okay.
But we can do the fencing if they want it all in one package.
And you do, by the way, trust me. Well, here's the thing I mentioned. If you're just tuning in, once again, let me reintroduce Madonna Livingston at Just Pools on the West Outer Road in Arnold. We are going to go and sit out by the pool that they have here, which as you drive by and you come in, it's so beautiful. It is every time I see it. But today it looks its best. It's all dressed up and ready for the Real Monica Adams show with the fire, the water, all the fountains going. It is calling us to come out there, which we will in about 30 minutes. But again, Memorial Weekend, you want to take advantage of these sales. And I want you to follow Just Pools, by the way, on social media, because that's when you'll find out about specials that they're doing. I commented, did you see that a couple of weeks ago? I was like, oh, I'll be in. Are there any left? You had a big sale on the tablets that we all need to keep the pool clear.
Yes.
Are those all sold out?
No, we still have a few left.
Okay, so it is a what,
50-pound bucket of 3-inch tabs with no fillers. That's important. And they run $275.
And it's normally, though, like 400 something.
Yes.
Okay, so take advantage of that, because then that will probably set you for the season. The other thing that's been really good over the years, because I remember my parents didn't have this, is those automatic chlorinators that you load up. They didn't have that back then, but that really helps so that in case you forget and you're not putting the tablets floating around in the pool, that helps to keep the maintaining of it better, right?
Yes, it does. But I would say that the majority of in-grounds are all on salt systems.
That was my next question. How many
Yeah.
people have, so you would say the majority have switched over?
Yes.
So let's talk about that. If you have a pool, which when we came to the house, which by the way, when we bought our house, you put in that pool, which I just love the combination. I've known this woman since I started in my business back in my Festus years.
Yes.
And you still do some advertising with Kirk Mooney and in Festus,
Yes,
right?
we
In
do.
Farmington.
Yes, we
love
do.
that. That's the dedication that she has had. So 30 years ago, I met the family at Just Pools, fell in love with them. And then when we bought our house, I think it was 8 years ago, I smiled because they said, oh, are you familiar with Just Pools? That's where this came from. And I just was like, of course. And then ever since, everything we've done, we put in a new liner. I love sitting down and going through that. We changed, and you mentioned this, changing the liner from a lighter color liner to a darker royal blue. It just makes it look like the ocean.
Yes.
And does it help?
It helps warm the water. The darker the liner, the warmer the water.
Yes, and that it definitely has done. So if you are looking at your liner and it's like, it just looks okay, I'd like it to look a little bit different, well, you can come in and talk to them about that. We had to. My husband thought he did something wrong because he didn't grow up around pools. And so he actually came up here frantically saying, I think I did something wrong. Did I do something to the pipes? And then and then Michelle that's here said, I guarantee you it's the liner. He goes, that's what my wife said. And he goes, she's right. So the liner had gone kaput. It was time to change it up.
Yep.
Yeah. So is there something we are all doing wrong, though, to wear down the liners earlier?
Not really. I mean, unless you use a lot of liquid chlorine. Liquid chlorine's very harsh on a liner.
Okay.
It's great for in the spring when you want to clean that green pool.
Yeah, which we did.
But if you use it continuously, it does take the elasticity out of the liner.
Okay, so just do it in the beginning of the opening.
Yes.
And then transition. Or as I was mentioning, transitioning over from using the tablets, using the chlorine to salt. So is there a big cost? What's the benefits? Because I've always wanted to weigh this. What's the benefits of switching?
Cost-wise, it's not cheaper.
Okay.
Because either you're buying tablets every year,
right,
or you have this salt system that's expensive to put in.
Okay.
But it's easier to maintain.
Why?
Because your pH and alkalinity stay better balanced.
Okay.
It makes the chlorine for you.
Okay.
You don't have to shock the pool with shock once a week. You can push 2 buttons on the salt cell and it does it for you. You never lose swim time.
Okay.
So it makes it a lot easier.
Yeah.
But cost-wise, it's going to be about the same because in 3 to 5 years, you're going to replace that cell.
Okay. So yeah, if you've ever wondered, by the way, if you have a pool and you've been doing chemicals like we have, I went back and forth. We almost switched probably about, 5 years ago or so. And then I was like, never mind. Because you always have people weighing in. Oh, this one's better or this one's better. You really just kind of have to choose for yourself, right?
Right.
All right. Just Pools in Arnold are on the West Outer Road. We're visiting with Madonna, and we actually want to dedicate the show this morning to your son. I mentioned in some of the stories that we're also going to talk about, being able to move on past really difficult times in life. So, Ricky is who we are dedicating today's show to. You lost your son, but not just one son. You lost 2 sons.
That's correct.
And Madonna's going to join me on set, by the way, next month. We're going to go a lot deeper into overcoming and having the spirit and having the faith, which you and I both said, without faith, I don't know how we get along in life, right?
That's true.
So her faith is what has really been able to keep her going beyond some really unbelievable hardships in life. We'll talk about that. We'll talk about, again, family-owned business, small business, supporting local, and being able to continue all these decades while other competitors had to shut down and close their doors. Not Madonna, not her staff. We'll have more with Madonna when we return. Envita Health and Wellness, where you can feel your best both inside and out. Envita isn't your typical med spa. They're a multi-specialty medical spa and wellness center serving St. Louis and its surrounding areas. They have ketamine for mental health and pain, IV therapy, medical weight loss, and aesthetics treatments. As board-certified anesthesia providers, Envita can ensure that their advanced treatments are provided safely with minimal to no pain. So let Envita take care of you. Call 314-394-0950 to book an appointment or online envitahealthandwellness.com. Welcome back. I'm going to hit Madonna with a pool noodle. These are not the pool noodles I grew up with. These are huge. Mega pool noodle. Is this the hottest thing now?
They are.
Oh, they're squishy. And then for people that go out on the boats, they love those. What are those, lily pads?
Yes.
Those big, huge lily pads.
Yes.
Those have become very, very popular as well. But is this a big seller?
Yes, it is. And right now we have them on sale. Buy one, get one free.
Okay, I'm going to have to get a blue one. And Michelle, pick another color for me. Maybe green. Yeah, these are so, so cool. So that's the thing. I mentioned to follow Just Pools on Facebook because they have all these fun things. She's trying to get it. The noodles are huge. You've been giving away things each weekend, right? For
yes, we have.
Certain purchases, and you get things. You had a ring and a raft, I think, last weekend.
Yes, we did.
A ring and a tool. So I got these. I'm going to put that noodle down. Oh, she got a green one. She's going to hit me with it. Watch the neck. These, look at everybody. Is this not calling my name? I love my animal print. Are these a big seller? They should be.
Not as much.
Okay, they are now. Come in and say you want the Monica special right here. This and the jumbo pool tube. You know what I bought from you guys a couple years ago? A bull.
Oh, yes. That was when we were sponsored by 93.7 The Bull.
Oh, that's where that came from?
Yes.
Oh, how funny.
We got a whole truckload of those bulls in.
Okay, I'm a personal trainer, right?
Yes.
Okay, it is the best core workout ever, Madonna. Right, Michelle? Michelle will yell in the background. She couldn't get up on the thing. She was laughing. I am going to actually tag you all because all those videos, I'm sure, are getting ready to come back up. I had kids, my husband, friends of mine, their husbands, everyone trying to get on. And they're like, this is the hardest thing because it's massive.
Yes.
It just floats around the pool, this big bowl. And then you try to get up on the thing and then your core strength and you flip back over. It's the most fun I've ever had in a pool. So do you have any of those anymore?
No, I don't.
I got the last one. No bulls. What are the biggest sellers right now in pool toys?
The biggest sellers usually are masks for the little kids.
Yeah.
And just rafts.
Rafts.
But
Look at this one.
it doesn't matter which print.
Look at this. It says, hello, gorgeous. Oh, the masks. Here they are. Oh, look at this for your kids. You need this. Shark. A little sharky. That's very cute. And then when you do put your chemicals floating around, I told Jim we needed a new one. And he's like, no, I think they're fine. How about this guy in your pool? The kids would love this. So is it good to have this in the pool and one of those chlorinators next to the filter? Or is that overkill?
You would not need both.
Well, I don't need him then. Or I can shut the other thing down because I think these are cute. Let's show this one because you all need this either for the pool or maybe you have a boat as well. How cute is this? Little swim trainer life jacket. Everything that you need for your families. And then we mentioned earlier the art and the chemistry that goes into keeping the water clear. So what are your biggest recommendations with that?
My biggest recommendation, a lot of customers fail because they have salt systems.
Yes.
They think that the salt system is going to clear their green or cloudy pool. It will not.
So what will?
Shock and algicide.
Aha. And then the salt takes over.
And then the salt will take over.
Okay.
And keep it clear.
Did you hear that? So if you have any questions, by the way, Julie just wrote and said, I was going to come by and say hello, but I will have one of my Yorkies because she has a vet appointment this morning. I didn't know about it, if it would have been okay. Oh, gotcha. She was going to come by and say hi. Hi, Diane. Good morning to you, Leona. You watch John Legend on The Voice? Yep. Are you a John Legend fan? He's coming to the Muni.
Yes.
So they haven't had concerts at the Muni in a long, long time. That should be a lot of fun. We are talking again about the Just Pools location here on the West Outer Road. And they've been here for over 3 decades.
Yes.
Again, started by her parents, and then it's a whole family affair. Crystal just asked, do you sell the floating docks?
No, we do not.
No, but they have everything else that you need for your pools. Do you all have a pool? Have you thought about it? So how do you talk somebody into it that's really had the dream and has never done it? What do you tell them? Because, they keep coming in. They're like, oh, I'm thinking about it.
I don't try to persuade them to do it. I think it's a matter of choice. Mm-hmm. And with us being honest, you have to decide for yourself, is this going to be the thing for me? I mean, we can tell you what all we do and how good it's going to turn out. But there's a lot of factors that you have to figure out for yourself, whether a pool is going to work for you. How young are your kids?
Yes.
Is this something they're going to grow up to enjoy? Mm-hmm. Or are you going to be afraid all the time that something's going to happen?
Right.
You got to kind of weigh out your own options there.
Yeah, there are a lot of responsibilities in it, but I also, I loved it because it teaches great responsibility to your children. It shows work ethic in them. You teach them at a young age of, look what you've been able to do. Like the pool looked like this, and then we taught you to get out there and vacuum the pool. Do you still recommend that when you first open to do, because she warned me on this, you have to do your self-manual vacuuming?
Yes.
Because if you turn the automatic ones on, you said it could burn the motor?
Yes, the algae can build up in that motor and burn those up.
That's what I did wrong. I did do the manual, but it's still, I was like, oh, let's turn that on. She's like, whoa, don't do that. Fortunately, he's still going. I hope I didn't do anything to his life. Rose just said, I don't know whether to ask about my pain in my leg or about chlorine in the pool. Ask about chlorine in the pool. I can help you on your leg another time. Again, Just Pools in Arnold. Good morning to all of you, wherever you're watching from. Thanks for being a part of the show. Coming up in just a few minutes, we're going to transition from our set inside to outside, but let's show more of this. Again, if you have an above ground or an in-ground pool, you got to get the toys because you've got to have fun with this. So we've been showing you some of the things that you can get. And if you follow Just Pools online, they'll talk about some fun things that they're giving away with different purchase. Princess on board. Absolutely. We need this one. What are the hottest, people love to sit in the pool lounge chairs. What have you seen that's been like the evolution of those over the years?
Most people like the foam floats.
Yes.
the thick foam floats because they're more comfortable and more relaxing, but allow the body to get a little bit more into the water.
Into the water.
Yes.
Sit down into the water. Do they also have something to put your whatever you're drinking in?
Those do not.
Nope. Those are my favorites. However, you do have to figure out what works best for you, because a lot of them you just either get way soaked in the water and you're so heavy it gets down into the water and you're like, well, this isn't fun. You want to be a little bit in it for the
Right.
cooling aspect, right? And then be above it.
Yes.
So they have those. These are what everybody's always asking. What's the pool temperature? This is a little pineapple. We have a shark in this. And I told Jim, I said, I think we need a new one. He goes, I think it still works. I'm like, yeah, but can you read it anymore? Because that's what happens. So all these fun things. And then what would you say you should always have on hand with regards to chemicals?
You should always have on hand shock.
There you go. Clear results. Shock.
Yes, that's a multi-shock. That is very safe for a liner.
Okay.
And it has no calcium in it to cloud your pool. So it's really a good product.
So every time I open up our little tub, I see this. I've never used it though. What would you use your stain and scale for?
For your hot tub, you're going to use that as a regular maintenance.
Okay.
That helps keep the calcium in the water from building up on that fiberglass shell.
Ah, okay. So this is for hot tubs only? Or
no, you
both?
can use them for pools.
If you have a pool
have
liner.
a lot of customers that have very hard water. They're on wells.
Oh, yeah.
So they need to keep that in their pool to keep that calcium from building up on the liner.
Okay. Oh, it wasn't. Oh, there. You can see in the background. There we are. This is the behind the scenes, by the way. Did you all plan the outfits? Carrie, we did not. You missed in the beginning. We're not necessarily wearing our uniforms, but it looks like we are. No, we just think alike. What's this one? Aloha Paradise.
Oh, that is a fragrance for your hot tub.
Oh, I want these for the pool. But I guess it's too massive.
They do make one for the pool.
They do?
Yes, they do.
Someone's calling to get a pool already. And then this is very important. You need to make sure you're skimming off the bugs and the leaves and everything that's in it. Otherwise, it clogs up your filter.
Yes.
So don't just leave that alone. That's important. Now, if you live out in woods like we do, there are some very interesting insects that get inside of there. Yes. And I always tell my husband, I'll do it in the beginning. When I start to see them, I'm not reaching in there. And there's some little baby snakes that I don't want to deal with either. Love the multi-purpose tables also. Yes, those are important. I love the lounge chairs that blow up with the cup holders. Yep. They have a mesh fabric around them. Do you have any of those?
We are out of them already.
Can you get them?
I can probably get some more in, yes.
Okay, Linda. So why don't you call up here? Why don't you give them your phone number?
It's 636-464-7110.
There we go. Linda, I'm not sure where you live if you're in the area, but you have customers that come from all over the place, don't you?
Oh, yes.
What's the most someone's ever driven to come in and have a pool put in?
We've done some in Perryville,
okay,
Fredericktown, Farmington, St. Charles, Winfield.
Oh, awesome. Because again, it's the lasting aspect. And that's what I had mentioned before we went to the break. There are companies that had to close down, but you have that lasting spirit. Was it hard to stay open during the pandemic?
No.
Wow, good. So you have that kind of...
We closed the store, but customers could call in, place their order, and we would take it out to their car.
Mm-hmm. But one of the things that I think a lot of people had to deal with was, businesses were shutting down, and then it was, can we reopen? For them, it was, no, we're still here for you. So you have a very dedicated customer base.
Yes.
And very loyal.
Yes.
But again, it's the customer service you've given back to them, though. It's knowing that you're there for them, and we're not closing our doors. My parents opened this, right? That's what you would say. My parents opened this. They would want us to keep going. So what can you tell people from the passion that you have inside of you for the entrepreneurial spirit? Yes, it was their original idea, but there's a lot of families that say, I don't know if I'm going to keep it up. What makes you want to make sure that this stays open always?
Not only the history of it, the fact that my parents started it, but I love working with my customers. Mm-hmm. I love the retail side of it. I love helping them. I feel like I'm doing something for them.
Yes.
That's an add-on. Plus, as a pool store, if you come in here, you'll notice we have a Bible verse up at the counter.
Yes, this
every
is the
day.
faith side.
And sometimes customers come in, and I had this one lady come in one day and she was checking out and she said to me, "Thank you so much for that Bible verse. I needed that today." So it's also a chance to get to show our faith and our spirit.
Yeah.
So it's my way of giving back.
Absolutely. And so, that was one of the things that there's many things that Madonna and I connected on, but we talked about the faith aspect. And without faith, I don't know how you would be able to get beyond the loss that you have. And I'm going to talk about it just a little bit today, but we're going to go really in depth into this. So you lost 2 sons.
Yes.
And the time period that they have both been gone is today 9 years since Ricky?
Yes, 9 years since Ricky, and Andrew's been gone for 2 years now.
Wow. How do you move on beyond that?
Faith. I know that God has a plan.
Yes.
And I know that his plan is greater than mine.
Yep.
And I just thank him for the time that he did give me them.
Wow, that's beautiful.
And I just keep going, knowing that someday I'm going to see him again.
Yes. And again, we always say we're not pushing faith on anyone, but imagine losing one child. She's lost 2 children and being able to continue to maintain a business. I'm sure we mentioned earlier, your dedicated community. I'm sure they came out in droves to be there for you.
They did.
Yeah.
They did. There were so many people. I would have to say at that, I wasn't with it.
Sure.
So, customers would come in and say it was a beautiful funeral, and I did not remember them being there, which is,
well, you're in shock.
It's sad that I didn't remember people being there, but it was shock for a while.
Sure.
Again, but I just came into work and made myself keep going.
Well, and that's probably why it's like, I'm not closing these doors. I need this.
Yes.
This is therapy. So Carrie said, my sympathy and condolences to you. Bless you, Madonna. Hugs to you. So Carrie just asked, what is today's Bible verse?
I would have to look. Shannon wrote it.
What? Oh, you got it up there?
Yes.
Okay, hold on. Michelle is behind here for us. So we're talking about how you can see this when you check out. Cast all your anxiety on him because he cares for you. 1 Peter 5, again, verse 7. Beautiful. And that's what you can see. It changes up each day so that you can see a different message from above. There you go, Carrie. Do you like that one? Okay. Well, we want to honor Ricky today. And what is your other son's name?
Andrew.
Let's do that. Let's honor both Ricky and Andrew. And when I tell you about those that are a part of our team, so Madonna's becoming not just today, but a part of our team for the rest of the year. We'll go into next year. We're just going to be synonymous together of bringing you hope and light and positivity and showing you that, yes, you can move on. It's hard to think that you go and be able to go the next day and the next day, but she has all of you, this community. She has her wonderful family here, her grandkids. Carrie said, I needed that. It was in my devotional too. There we go. Yeah. See? All right. It was meant to be. We want to get out and enjoy what God has provided us, which is a beautiful day. We were afraid of the rain, but it's not here. Beautiful day by an incredible setting. So I promised you that we would go poolside. Well, we have to, right? We're at Just Pools in Arnold on the West Outer Road. Right. If you come by 55 or the West Outer Road, give us a little honk. We're going to be out there. We're going to actually jump in the pool in this promo. Stay with us, Madonna and myself, poolside when we return. We need women to lift women up.
Let's do that. Let's go. Being on Monica's show, it was like one of the best interviews I've ever had.
Monica's very real, and she really cares about people.
She's changing lives.
Changing lives.
I think this is just really what people want to see.
Giving back so much to the community, and I really appreciate it.
Today, Monica was extraordinarily real, not only with me, but with her viewers and her listeners.
Made the interview process like talking to a friend.
How are you doing? Good to see you. Haven't seen you in a few weeks.
Hey. You're close.
Monica. Whoa.
So go out in this world and be anything you want to be. But before you do that, first, be kind.
Invita Health and Wellness, where you can feel your best both inside and out. Invita isn't your typical med spa. They're a multi-specialty medical spa and wellness center serving St. Louis and its surrounding areas. They have ketamine for mental health and pain, IV therapy, medical weight loss, and aesthetics treatments. As board-certified anesthesia providers, Invita can ensure that their advanced treatments are provided safely with minimal to no pain. So let Invita take care of you. Call 314-394-0950 to book an appointment or online invitahealthandwellness.com. Invita Health and Wellness, where you can feel your best both inside and out. Invita isn't your typical med spa. They're a multi-specialty medical spa and wellness center serving St. Louis and its surrounding areas. They have ketamine for mental health and pain, IV therapy, medical weight loss, and aesthetics treatments. As board-certified anesthesia providers, Invita can ensure that their advanced treatments are provided safely with minimal to no pain. So let Invita take care of you. Call 314-394-0950 to book an appointment or online invitahealthandwellness.com.
All right, welcome back. We promised to transition outside. If we lost you for a little bit, it's because we were changing networks quickly. We had to come outside, though. I mean, come on, look at this. They've got the fire, they've got the water going. You did this to tease me, Madonna. I know you did. So we have a beautiful pool that was put in by Just Pools, but I mentioned there's been such an evolution over the years. So I think our house is probably, let me think, well, probably closing in on 20 years old. So you think about pools put in 20 years ago and then what the pools are looking like now. What is the biggest thing that people are asking for? Is it features like this?
Sun ledges and waterfalls.
Sun ledges and waterfalls. But I mean, come on, the combination of fire and water is just beautiful. Michelle's got the other camera going. Look at that. Just immerse yourself in the beauty of it all. Everyone also probably loves the fountain aspect, right?
Yes.
The more water features that we can have, the better. If you're just tuning in and you're like, wait a minute, where are they? Did they leave St. Louis? We didn't leave St. Louis. We are in Arnold on the West Outer Road right here by 55. You can get off at Richardson or you can get off at the Imperial exit and come over to the West Outer Road and join us. And then this is what you can have. You have something really cool going on right now. Not an in-ground, but you have an above-ground giveaway, like winning a pool.
Yes, we are doing a raffle, and all the proceeds will go to Tunnel to Towers and Find Your Rest Ministries.
And I didn't know about Find Your Rest Ministries, but tell us about that.
They are a local ministry that provides beds for kids that do not have them in the poorest areas.
How amazing is that? We actually did a bed build a few months back with one of our title sponsors, Sarah Franco and Invita. She's like, Monica, there's this incredible organization out there. Nice to know that there's other organizations that are doing just that. But can you imagine not having a bed, having one of your grandkids not have a bed?
I can't imagine.
How did you find this particular organization?
They are at the church that all my kids and grandkids go to.
Very cool.
They started the ministry down there.
So 100% of the proceeds from the raffle ticket sales are going to be split between those two wonderful organizations. So how much is the raffle ticket?
$20.
Okay.
You are going to win a 30-foot round above ground pool. That's a huge above ground pool.
Yes, and then what else is with that?
That comes with the liner, the skimmer, the filter system, and steps.
How amazing is that for you to get a chance to win? So here's, I'm going to pull it up right now, and then you'll be selling tickets for how long?
The drawing is going to be July 6th.
Okay, so they can purchase tickets up till that day or the day before?
Up till that day.
Okay, July 6th, and you can see right there the two charities, Find Your Rest Ministries and Tunnels for Towers, a 30-foot round pool that you could have in your backyard that you could win. If you don't win, you still have it in your heart that you knew that you gave back to these charities.
Yes.
I know when you first started it that there weren't any tickets sold, but now I've seen that there has been, right?
Yes.
Now the word's getting out.
Yes.
Now people are coming in, buying their raffle tickets, and then taking care of the chemicals and the pool toys and everything that you need. So when do you have this pool that's behind us open year round?
We don't put a cover on it, but we winterize the lines in December.
Okay.
And then we reopen it in March.
And is it always that clear?
No.
Oh, there has a little bit of green to it?
A little bit of green to it.
Okay, but they know what they're doing here, obviously, to take care of it for you. Any of you that don't have your water looking like that and you're getting ready to open it up, if they want to have a Memorial weekend party and they have a green pool, what's the time frame? Because there's a lot of brand new pool owners that I've talked to over the last week that said, oh my gosh, I need to know all of these things from you guys. What is the time frame that they should be starting on this to try to get it ready for that weekend?
With this year, with us having such a warm winter,
yes,
the pools are 10 times worse than they have been in the past.
Okay.
So instead of it taking 3 days to clear up, give yourself at least a week.
There you go. So it's kind of like on Thanksgiving when you think you can take the turkey out and make it that day. No, same mentality. You better do it days in advance, but it's definitely feasible if you get on it.
Yes.
So what are for the people who are brand new pool owners, what are the necessities to have as soon as they're opening to put in the pool?
Shock and algicide.
Okay.
The key is to shock every single day.
Okay.
That's where a lot of people make mistakes. They'll shock and 2 or 3 days later it's not clear and they're like, well, why isn't my pool clear?
Patience.
It doesn't have any chlorine. Algae eats chlorine.
Okay.
And chlorine eats algae.
Rats.
So you got to super dose it and you have to do it every single day till that pool goes to clear.
Okay, let me ask you this, because I think I used to always get drawn in and pulled into different directions where I think it really wasn't needed. Those big packages of all of these things that you need to open a pool, she's actually the one that saved me. She's like, you don't need all that, Monica. You need algicide and you need shock.
Yes.
Period. Then you start to say, okay, the pH might be a little bit off, but are we wasting a lot of our money just on these big packages that some places are trying to sell you?
Yes. There's no point in it.
See? I'm trying to save you money here. All right? So, but I didn't know that until Madonna taught me that. I would always go, oh, but I thought I needed the thing called the pool opening package. And she's like, what's all in there? You don't need this, you don't need this. And that's exactly what happens in your big tubs where you keep your chemicals, is a lot of unused stuff that you don't need. Right. So there you go. It is 7:48. We're visiting with Madonna Livingston, the owner of Just Pools on the West Outer Road in Arnold. You're going to see more of this beauty as we continue on with our partnership over the coming months. Okay, do you also sell these incredible Adirondack chairs that I'm sitting in?
Yes, we do.
Look at this thing, folks. It's massive, and it's Monica blue. It's huge. What is this made out of?
Recycled plastic.
Yeah, from it actually
from milk cartons.
Milk cartons. I love
cartons.
to see the evolution of what it starts at. It starts as you recycling, and then it's the transition out of that.
Yes.
This is a company in Canada?
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
I'm buying these, by the way. And you know I have to have Monica blue. She's sitting in a white one. They're so sturdy, but they're like, you think of Adirondack chairs, and a lot of them are lower to the ground.
Right.
Which I think that company has those. They sit around the bonfire. You've got some cushion chairs back there. But these are very unique. And I told her, I was like, where can we get those? And she's like, oh, I can get those for you. What about the big umbrellas, which you can see the umbrella you have behind you, but it's, what do they call these? The one that's next to us?
Oh, this one?
Cantilever.
Yes.
A cantilever. Do you sell cantilever umbrellas?
Yes. Yes.
All right. So that's what I needed you to know. Instead of going to a ton of places, it's a one-stop shop here at Just Pools. What are some other things that people might think of that they want alongside their pool that they didn't know you sold?
We sell the kitchens.
Oh, you do?
Yes, we sell the kitchens.
I'm going to show, where's my other camera? I'm going to show this kitchen. It's over there. Okay. So I want you to see this kitchen that they have behind us. I didn't know that you had that. See,
Yeah.
so this is why I'm asking all these questions for you.
It's National Barbecue Day.
Oh, Michelle said it's National Barbecue Day. So get out and barbecue today, because today is actually, hopefully, at least for an afternoon barbecue, going to be gorgeous. So she's going to move it from the pool and then come walking over to us. And by the way, who did your landscaping? You?
We did it ourselves.
Your landscaping looks amazing.
Thank you.
Michelle's doing a phenomenal job moderating for you. And then let's show this. So these, of course, were really popular during the pandemic.
Yes.
Everybody started adding on. I didn't know. Have you always done this?
We have them available, yes.
I did not know
Yeah,
that.
they come in kits, and they're already ready for you. The tile's already on there. Everything's
Seriously?
already done, yes.
Oh, look at that. Okay, besides this wonderful bar, you also, Michelle wants us to fire up the pizza oven. You've not used the pizza oven yet, have you?
We have not used the pizza.
Look at
We
that,
don't have
baby.
time.
We need someone to come and make a pizza for Madonna. How often do you all sit out here? Yeah, look at that. We're going to do a pan around of the pizza oven all the way into this amazing, this is what can be in your backyard, folks. So if you've been using someone else, I want you to stop. If it hasn't gone the way you want, it's because you didn't use Just Pools. So there you go. On National Barbecue Day, you can use that. A lot of people, Madonna, they like to do the barbecue pits, the little wine cellar,
Yes.
and then they like to have inset into their top. They like to have the fire, don't they?
Yes.
Do they have that ability to do some of those things with you?
I have not seen the fire ones, but I can check into it. I'm sure they're available.
And then let's look at that cantilever. These are big. My mom says this is a necessity. Michelle's probably going to shake her head and agree because of how hot it is and the sun. Go ahead and pan up for me. There you go. One of those Big Daddy cantilevers. If you don't have one of those, you need that to keep the sun out and to make your guests feel enjoyed.
Yes.
They want to be enjoyed at your house, enjoyable. Look at the fire. Oh my goodness. It's so amazing here today. Do you all love our setting? This is probably one of my favorite live broadcasts because of the fact that we could sit poolside. So Julie just said, hi, Monica, I'm right behind you. So are you here? Oh, she is. Hello there. Julie came out to visit, wearing, by the way, her Monica merchandise. We need to get you a Know Your Value shirt. Do you want pink?
Sure.
We have pink and red and purple and green and blue. Would you still pick pink?
I would still pick pink.
We're going to get her a Know Your Value. All of you, by the way, our merchandise is available on our website. So again, in-ground, above-ground pools. They are the masters in it. They've been doing this for over 3 decades with the family. Her parents, if you didn't hear the beginning of the show, go back and listen to the beginning, starting the business, and then she takes it over with her husband. The kids are a part of it. The grandkids are a part of it. You get a chance to see their smiling faces, helping out and doing the chemistry of the water. When you are testing our water,
Yes.
What are you all testing for?
We are testing for chlorine, pH, alkalinity, conditioner, salt.
Yep.
If you're having problems, we'll test phosphates. Sometimes we have to test nitrates.
And what would cause problems with those?
Nitrates are caused from birds going in your pool.
Oh, interesting.
And actually,
leaving
nitrates
excrements in the pool?
Yes, and nitrates can be very dangerous for little bitty kids.
What happens?
It can cause brain problems.
Oh my gosh.
So you always want to, if you know that you have a lot of birds that are constantly in your pool,
Yeah.
I highly suggest if you have small grandchildren to check for those nitrates.
Okay. I remember many, many years ago, and I forget what they were called, but there were these little bugs that would get in to the pool, or so I thought. But then someone said, no, it actually has to do with the water. And we all had these little bumps on our arms. It wasn't from an insect. Somebody told me it was something to do with the chemistry in the water. Have you heard of that before?
pH and alkalinity.
That-
If they fall too low,
Uh-huh.
they create an acid base, which number one neutralizes your chlorine.
Okay.
But number two, it can cause rashes and problems on your skin.
And so you can buy the kits here, by the way. Instead of, you recommend that you really are, we ask you what should we be doing before we drive over and take the pool water to do ourselves and do the little chemistry, as opposed to those sticks that people try to put in the water. How accurate are those?
They're probably 85% accurate.
Oh, they are?
Yeah, they've come a long way.
Okay.
but they don't test everything
Right.
that sometimes you need to be
Yes.
tested for. And the other key is they don't tell you what you need to do.
Correct. You looking at, I think that color's right.
Yes.
I don't know. I'm not sure if it is or not.
Yes.
I've actually enjoyed it because you kind of feel like you're a mad scientist and you're like mixing it up and swirling it up
Yes.
and putting all the little color dyes in. But it's important to do. If you don't understand the importance of keeping the chemistry proper in your water, trust me, so many things go wrong. You'll ruin the lining in your pool. You could create problems in your pipes as well, can't you?
Yes.
I mean, there's a lot of expense that could be created by you not doing your due diligence.
Yes. When you have an acid pool, it is eating up your pump and motor. It's eating up your plastics and your filter. So those are very important to keep them balanced.
Yes, I'm not trying to shame you, but you got to understand that. And then also just so that your guests and you are enjoying it. People used to get this wrong as well. When you go underwater and your eyes are burning, people always thought that was too much chlorine.
It's not. It's pH and alkalinity being off.
There you go. Aha moments on that. All these things that you're learning here today. So, poor Jim is going chi-ching. Oh, she said poor Jim is going cha-ching, and he may have to work another year to pay for Monica's favorites. Hey, I'm a hard worker. Who says he's doing it? Hello? Do you not see what I do every day? Hi, Julie. Get close so we can meet you in person, Marilyn says. You want to come over here? Come on over, Julie. This is one of our viewers who happens to live, actually, I think her daughter lives nearby, and she babysits. So you
Love
need
what she's wearing.
come
today.
on over here, right here in the middle of us. Thank you for coming by the way. Say hi to the folks. Marilyn wanted to see. Look what she's wearing. She purchased her Know Your Value. Are you babysitting today?
I am.
She's right around the corner. Thanks for coming up. You need a pool.
Trust me, I know.
Trust me, I know. Okay, for all of you, before we get ready to wrap up, I want you to remember our friends. I don't care if you already have a pool. I want you to come to them for chemicals. Come for your floaters, your toys, anything that you need to sit poolside. And now we know that they have chairs they can get. They have umbrellas they can get for you. They can get the full bar for you. All these things you may not have known. Angie says, I bring my water samples to Just Pools all the time. They're always so helpful and kind.
Oh,
there
thank
you go. Marilyn says, great taste, Julie. Yes. Thank you, by the way, for those of you that have already always supported Just Pools. But now my thing is I wanted to introduce a lot of you that have never known about them, that they're here for you. You and I had talked about some other pool companies that have had to shut down in the last maybe 5-10 years, but not you.
Nope.
And you've probably gotten a lot of that business, haven't you?
We have.
Yep.
Yes.
Good.
Yes.
I'm happy for that. They will take care of you. If you just tuned in and you didn't see this earlier, once again, oh, hello from Nashville. Abby, how are you? Abby is an incredible composer, violinist, model, singer, and she is working with the Nashville Symphony Orchestra for her big event that's coming up in June. We're going to hear a little bit about this for you right now if you haven't purchased your tickets yet, and we'll be back to wrap up our show from Just Pools in Arnold on the West Outer Road.
Hey, The Real Monica Adams listeners. This is Abby Stallschmidt. You may know me as an electric violinist who has performed with various bands in the area, and I'm excited to personally invite you to my premiere at the Sheldon Concert Hall on June 5th at 8 p.m. You'll hear my new symphonic rock music as well as classic rock and pop covers, all backed by a string orchestra, full band, and multiple guest instrumentalists and vocalists throughout the night. It's truly going to be an awesome time. Head on over to metrotix.com or the Sheldon Concert Hall to get your tickets for the Dream Machine concert on June 5th at 8 p.m. I cannot wait to see you there.
Hi, it's Monica Adams. Thank you so much for following along with The Real Monica Adams Show since we launched back in March. But I wanted to let you know there's so much more that I could do with you, your business, your corporation. Did you know that I'm a motivational speaker all around the world, as well as an MC and an auctioneer? So if you have an event, maybe a nonprofit organization, and you want to book me, just shoot me an email, info@TheRealMonicaAdams.com. Personal training, life coaching, and styling as well. info@TheRealMonicaAdams.com.
Welcome back, 7:59 again. You've been tuned in to The Real Monica Adams Show. We were inside, and now we are outside. We are poolside, which is how you can be as well. we want to introduce the rest of the family. So Madonna, who's this?
This is my son, Tom.
Hi, Tom.
Hi, how are you?
Thank you for turning the fire and water on so that we would purchase this. What do you love most about all the great things you've been able to provide the community?
Just the happiness in the families. I mean, it's rewarding to see you build a pool and then they get to enjoy it.
Yep.
I mean, it's definitely a rewarding thing.
It brings families back together again, right? That family unit that we all need. How popular is the fire and water feature and the rock
like
feature?
It.
Yeah.
People like it, yeah.
The thing that you and I talked about when I came in a couple weeks ago is the evolution of what you can do to pools when people say, oh, I really wish that the people that were here before would have built this or built that. There's a lot that you can still do to that, isn't there?
Oh yeah, we can do anything. I mean, even if you have an older pool, we can make it new. You know, it's anything they want.
What's your favorite thing that you've been able to do for someone that had a pool that wanted it to be transitioned?
Favorite thing? I don't know. I took a pool pretty much down to 7 panels left, 8 panels, rebuilt the whole half. I mean, that was probably my favorite project. Yeah. I mean, put an entire one side was a waterfall, double. It was a cool project.
Yeah. So again, don't think you have to settle for something that somebody else put in before you. Oh, come on down. Who's this?
I'm Shannon. I'm Madonna's daughter.
Yes. So we told you it's a whole family atmosphere. Say hi to Tommy and Shannon, Madonna. You'll be able to see grandkids, everybody. Shannon, what do you love about this family business?
Just honestly working with my mom every day. It's been a great experience. Yep. She's taught me a lot.
And so are you unbelievably proud of the fact that they've been able to keep this going for decades and decades?
Oh, for sure. Yeah. And just to be part of that is really great.
What has been your favorite being a part of this as far as when someone gets a pool put into their house? Obviously, I know big smiles on their faces, but I'm sure they come back in and say year after year, oh my gosh, I've been able to do this and do this.
Yes, and I run the service department, so I get to deal with a lot of the customers pretty much on a yearly basis. So getting to know them, yep. And they kind of become part of your family. They know my kids, they ask how they're doing. So it's really neat to be able to have that interaction, especially in a little community like Imperial. When your kids are in high school, everybody knows everybody. Sure. So it's a great little area.
See, I told you, the whole family, you'll be able to see them. Come and say hi. I want to meet the kids. I'll be up here a lot, obviously, making sure that my pool stays as clear as possible, which thanks to Madonna and thanks to the team here, they know what they're doing. They got ours from, I'm serious, it looked like ducks were involved. It was very gross green. It was the worst algae I had seen. But it's already clear. You have to do your due diligence, make sure that you're doing your side of the maintenance, and then they just kind of take it easy with you and say, oh, great, it's clear. Okay, let's just check it a little bit. Oh, maybe add this to keep it going. And then as I wrap up, the number one thing, and you mentioned we're going to give the rundown again of what they can buy Memorial Weekend, have those automatic cleaners. It makes your life so much easier, right?
It does. Those automatic cleaners are a back saver.
Yes, agreed. I mean, it is therapeutic. My dad taught me how to do the manual side of it when I was just a little kid, and I do enjoy that. Yes. Every Saturday morning I'd be out there and just cleaning and enjoying nature, but you don't have to do that when you get one of these automatics. So let's give the rundown again of the big sale items on Memorial Weekend.
Okay, so we have the Prowler robotic pool cleaner for in-grounds that are going to be $9.99. We have the above ground Stinger robotic pool cleaner. It's going to be $3.99. And then we have the free walk-in steps with every above ground bought. Mm-hmm. And then we have the 5,000 off features. If you like that water ball, 5,000 off.
I do like that, Madonna. You know I do. Again, a lot of things that you can do as we were showing you, and we'll show you some more of these wonderful pools that Just Pools has put in for some of our community that might be watching right now. So these are pools from over the years, the evolution. Really, if they dream it, can you build it?
Yes.
If you dream it, they can build it. And then guess what? They will come, your friends and your family. You will become the most popular person in the neighborhood. There's the steps, by the way, that again can be wrapped, but what is the most popular shape right now? I didn't get a chance to ask that yet.
It's a free form.
What's a free form?
Like the one we have here, yes.
Aha. So you're right, because over the years it was like you can have round, you can have kidney shaped. We had a kidney shaped pool.
Or rectangle.
Rectangle. So I know back in the 70s and 80s, those kidney shapes were really popular. This one looks like a heart.
It does.
So you can have a little love in your backyard. And then one more time, we mentioned that you can win a pool if you come in and purchase a raffle ticket.
Yes.
And that is $20, and it goes to 2 different organizations. One of them is Find Your Rest Ministries, building beds for children who don't even have beds. Tunnels for Towers, what an amazing organization they are for our military, our vets. $20 for a raffle ticket from now through July 6th.
Yes.
And then what time will you be pulling that raffle that day?
We will probably pull that raffle around noon.
Around noon.
Mm-hmm.
So we're going to buy some tickets today before we leave. And if I win, I guess I'll be giving a pool away to somebody. And maybe that's it. Maybe we do a giveaway on the Real Monica Adams team. If you follow Just Pools online, you'll see some giveaways. You guys just had that on the.
Yes.
Are those still being given away? Or that was
No,
last
they're
weekend?
all gone.
They're gone. See, everybody came in and got those. Are you having anything special that you're doing this weekend?
We will have something special. I have not come up with it yet.
But that's why you want to follow. So go to are you on Facebook for sure? Are you on
Yes.
Instagram?
Are we on Instagram? Yes, we are.
Instagram
I
and
have to
Facebook.
ask.
Anything else? Tell me anything else? Instagram and Facebook. Okay. Follow them on both of those socials, and you'll be able to see, like, hey, if you come in this particular weekend, you can get this with your purchase. I adore you. You already know that, but I just want to say it again. Thank you for having us here today. Thank you for becoming a part of our sponsorship team. I always mention each and every one of you, please support those that support us. I know you love this show. I know that you love the fact that I walked away from television news that really doesn't start your day with the best spirit. We are talking about amazing people in your community with unbelievable spirits. You're going to be coming to my studio June, is it 5th? I think it's June 5th.
June 12th.
Oh, it's 12th?
And I thought we were doing a remote.
Oh, okay. Well, we'll let you all know this, but we're gonna go deeper into the positivity, faith, all of those things. We'll mention when we'll get that cleared up. Exactly when we have her on the show again. Talk a little bit deeper. Yeah, I thought I had the 5th. We'll talk.
Okay.
We'll talk about that, and we absolutely can do it remote just to make it easier on her because she's got a pool company to run here in the really heavy part of the season of all of you bringing your water in, making sure that you've got what you need. So today you found out a lot of things. Yes, you can get a pool. Yes, you can take care of your pool, make it this crystal clear. You can do add-ons. They've got things that maybe you've bought elsewhere that now you can buy here. The cantilever umbrellas, the poolside chairs, the actual bar aspect, all of these things, and they collaborate with local companies as well. Love what you're doing. Can't wait to raise some big money for those 2 charities. And then hopefully for all of you that have been wanting to pull the trigger, now you can come in Memorial Weekend. What are your hours for that weekend?
We're going to have extended hours, so we are going to be here Saturday from 9 to 5.
Okay.
And we are going to be here Sunday from 9 to 4.
And you just open back up on Sundays because
Yes.
you're not always open on Sundays.
Only May and June.
May and June. There we go. So when you get frustrated and go, oh, I wanted to get my water, it's too bad. You waited too long. You got to do it throughout the week. But they're here for you. One more beautiful look at that, which I think is going to become a part of our backyard. I don't know about the whole rock feature thing, but that water and that water and fire needs to be a part of our pool. That is what you can do. Some add-ons, a lot of amazing things to your backyard oasis. Thank you, everybody. I hope you have an incredible Memorial Weekend, and this will be able to make it a little bit better. Madonna and Shannon and Tommy and everybody else here, thanks for having us out.
Thank you.
You're a beautiful soul. Can't wait to visit with you a little bit more on one of those dates in June that we'll let you all know about. Everybody have a beautiful day. Remember what I always tell you, go out and enjoy nature. Be weather aware for the possibility of maybe some rain, but I think it's going to be more to the south as we head into the weekend. We'll have Beckett Moore on tomorrow with our What the Weather. And if you want to flip over to our audio podcast, you'll get a little more motivation. It's the Springboard Forward and really helping you with the mental and the physical and the spiritual side of life as we give you that motivation. Tomorrow, by the way, Fitness Friday. We're going to talk about all these celebrities that have been hush-hush or lying to you about their weight loss. Nope, we're going to get real with you as we always do. So enjoy your afternoon. Be back with us tomorrow at 7 a.m. Madonna, thank you again. And to all of you, be kind.